Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this pitch that I made in an hour. Yeah, hello. My name's Dishit, and today we'll be talking about this railway clone that I pitched to you guys an hour ago. Okay, so please ignore the crappy Google Slides. I didn't have time to pick an actual theme, but whatever. So what is this? So what this clone is trying to be is a platform as a service. So what we do is we provide critical deployment infrastructure to our clients. We will leverage stuff like Dockers and Kubernetes to deploy and scale our clients' code to multiple machines around the world. And we would really like to use Kubernetes for this because it would help us, scale these Docker containers really easily and fast. So we have to figure that out when we're making this. In the future, what we should also do is add JS runtime isolates to our stack or our services that we provide. What this is basically is edge functions. We all heard about them on everywhere. The new big thing, right? Edge functions. What they are is basically um, instead of spinning up a Docker container with your Node.js image, you instead just spin up a V8 instance, like the V8 runtime, and you just run the code on there without actually running a Docker. So that's much more performant and really fast. So you can just spin up one up in like 128 milliseconds, which is actually pretty slow compared to what we have on the market. So we have stuff like that on the. So what we have so competitors for that is stuff like Cloudflare Workers. They are a JS runtime isolate. We also have Dino Deploy, which I personally use, and it's really nice. And there is one by Amazon. I don't know their name, but whatever. And we can also do like PM2 like products where we can make our own version of Kubernetes to use to deploy. That's always an option, but that's for the future. Something else that we should also bundle in with our main service is a product as a solution platform, something like Firebase or Supabase. So Firebase is used by literally every small company, startup places. What they do is they basically integrate OAuth handling and mobile like email sending, databases, and everything. And everything you can think of for a backend system, they all included into their uh, platform. And we would also like to have like real-time database hosting like Mongo and SQL. We just spin one up for them and they can use that. Something else that something I haven't heard or any company do is make a WebSocket gateway. So if you know how Discord works by having a WebSocket gateway, which basically connects all the microservices into a single WebSocket gateway, which you connect to and you can talk to all the services without directly talking to the services. The WebSocket gateway is like the middleman. So we can also provide a service like that where we have a WebSocket gateway in the middle and we have other where we deploy the services and then we connect it to our WebSocket gateway, which the clients can connect to. And serverless persistent storage this is something that's already on the market. Let's say you have like a static website and you just want to have like a small form for a bit of like, I don't know, a comments section, and just have a small form for that instead of building an Express backend or a Fiber backend with Go or like Opine with Dino. You can just use the system. It's basically a database you connect to with simple JS on the backend. It's a cool thing. I'll show you guys the currently one on the market, but we can do. How do you pull this off? So I just told you a ton of things, and not even the big companies have all that together. So how the hell do we pull this off? Well, I'm suggesting all these services because we have so much competition in the market. We have like Hop, which has something to do with WebSockets now. They deploy like Railway, but they have some new stuff like live streaming WebSockets. I don't know. They're in a private beta, so I can't really check it out, but that's pretty cool. We also have Railway that we all use and love. They just deploy code. We have stuff like Heroku that we have Firebase, Supabase, which is the open source fork of Firebase. We have Dino Deploy, which is a JS isolate. A lot of stuff. And if you want to compete with these, we have to have better services and more services, I guess. Okay, so this page is very bare. Okay, so how do we pull this up? So first of all, we need to have a front end stack. So for JS frameworks, we can use something like React or Vue. I believe we don't have dedicated. I mean, we do. Some people, yeah. So I don't know. We are I don't know what to pick for the front end. I guess we'll decide together. React is easy. I don't know. I never used it. I don't like it. I would prefer Vue or something like Svelte. We can talk about it. We have React Vue, and for CSS framework, we can use Tailwind to make our CSS. Yeah, and then we have stuff like Daisy UI, which is a subset of Tailwind, which is much easier to use, but I guess we'll be locked into the Daisy UI um, ecosystem and look if we do that. But that's a possibility, and or you can do custom CSS, which I wouldn't dare do. Stupid. Okay, so how do we pull this off? So we have to have two different microservices right at the back. We need the OAuth microservices and the user profile microservice. So the OAuth one is basically our backbone in terms of authentication. We use it to authenticate users and authenticate API calls. So let's say I log in. That's going to use the OAuth system, and then to connect to our backend system, we would send session based would have a session based authentication. So we'd send a token back to the server while using um, sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, so when we're sending a request to the server, we will use tokens and send that along with the server to verify that this request is actually what do you call it, secure or authenticated, whatever. And then user profiles just basically handles our user data and how many deployments we have and whatnot. So main system is going to be Docker deployment service. This is basically connects to our API gateway, has to scale horizontally onto multiple machines instantly. So let's say we have a server in Germany where we have one of this service running, and let's say we need to deploy one real fast. So we go onto our, I don't know, Texas server and deploy it there. We need it to be instantly connect to our API gateway, make it available for our clients, and instantly scale. And then we need to also make it containerize apps without Docker files. So like how Heroku does it. Heroku? I don't know how to say it. But what they do is basically they get the code, and without a Docker file, they create a container. And Railway does it using Heroku build packs. We can make our own system, but whatever. We need to expose metrics. I don't know why I said scanning. We need to expose metrics so we can like get logs and stuff, and then preferably not use Node.js. I don't want to use Node.js for this. I prefer Dino. I don't know. And we need to make it completely asynchronous. Get go. So these are the three main services we need to get right. Yeah. If we don't get these right, then our service is kind of a failure. I don't know. This is a quick mock-up I just made. Front end, it's its own thing. OAuth and user service will be own thing. And then service gateway will be connect to all our services here, and that's just our gateway for everything. I don't know. We can change everything. This is just a preliminary, and I need your opinion on everything here. So what language to use? Thing is, we have a distributed system, so we can interchange languages. So Golang would be the best bet, as it's used for microservices all over the world, and every company uses it. But our team hates it, I guess. I don't know how to use it, and I don't know if you guys know how to use it. I don't like it personally, but that's an option. We can, yeah. We also have TypeScript, which I guess is what our backend will be built with because it's the language we all know and like, hopefully. The easiest language, I mean, not the easiest, it's what we all know and it's the best for what we're trying to make. And for the runtime, I prefer we would use Dino, but Dino comes with its own challenges, and it's the fact that it doesn't have access to all the npm packages that's in the Node ecosystem. So we'll have to figure that out, and we'll talk with everyone to figure that out. We also have Elixir, which another company uses. So you know the new company Hop, this guy Hop. I know the guys who made it, well, not personally. I just know them, and they're a big Elixir fan. So I was stalking them on Discord real quick, and they were working on. Yeah, they were working on this editing container.ex. They're using swarms instead of Kubernetes, which is pretty cool. We can do that too, I guess. I don't know. We'll look into it once we get started. So Elixir is a really highly scalable language used for networking and literally everything. It has a Ruby-like syntax, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn. There's also something called Crystal. I've been looking into it for a while now. It's really easy to use and it's fairly performant. It's faster than Python by a huge margin and much faster than I think it's faster than JS. I don't know, but it's a really easy syntax and it's not that bad of a language. We could use it as well. But the thing with this our distributed system is that we can switch out languages for our services quite easily. So that's one huge benefit we get by making so many systems. I know it's gonna be a bit more complicated, but in the long term, we can like switch out our Docker deployment system with, I don't know, Golang. We want to do that, so it's a really smart way of doing it. And that's really it. I spent an hour on this. It's not that much, but I think we should first get a name for this, and then decide on what coding languages and stuff to use, and then we can actually make a proper plan for our code, and then we can like split stuff up and decide on what structure we want to use. So yeah, I need you guys' opinion on this, and yeah, thank you for watching. I know this is a bit lackluster, but hey, whatever. All right, thanks.